Welcome to our CalCOFI lab aboard the Sally Ride. Here we are filtering for eDNA using the MOSAIC protocol. MOSAIC stands for Murray Ocean Sampling Across an Integrated Continuum. And Murray is a project where we're looking for marine mammals in vast swaths of the ocean. So we're gathering really large volumes of water in these large carboys and using these Twinix housings, like so, we are able to gather up to 50 liters in these 5-micron filters. So I'm about to show you our exact method for how we accomplish this. So now we've just arrived on station, and I'm going to come take a picture of our location, but most importantly, I'm going to just take a picture of our latitude, longitude, so that I can immediately go start processing the filters. We have to remove our underway filters and start our on-station filters. So now, using that timestamp, the picture was taken at 12:33, so we will end sample 165 and end sample 167 at 12:33. And so that gives us our time and latitude, longitude when I go back and look at my photos. We will start our on-station filter. That'll be the sample 168. Start also 12:33. So now we're going to end 2, start 1. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to turn off the tap. And our front one here, just for organizational purposes, I like to put the front tap in front of the hood, the back tap in the back of the hood. Now, because I said we're starting the on-station filtering at 12:33, we're going to start a fresh filter right here. So I'm going to turn the tap on and get a flow going about like this. And so first thing I'm going to do is back flush the filter so we don't get bubble problems by aiming this into the back until it starts coming out the top here. And so then I'm going to apply it and screw it on while it is aiming into the carboy. Okay, filter started.
We had just emptied this one in the other video, but don't forget to log the volume of the one you just stopped and dump it out before you start the new one.
Yes. And when you're only running one filter housing, if your setup includes this, which would allow us to run a second tap here, you should turn this one off when you're only running one so that you don't lose pressure to this one.
The carboy has hit 4 liters. What do we do?
Yes. So if you'll come here, you can see that our carboy is measuring about 4.25 liters. And so now we're going to dump the water and keep filtering. In order to do that, I'm going to use this 1,000 milliliter graduated cylinder and just store this in here so we don't lose any volume, and dump our carboy. Now we can dump the carboy like this because all of the DNA that we want is still on this filter inside this housing. And we just use the outflow to measure the volume that we have filtered already.
And now we're gonna write down plus 4.25 liters in the volume section of our lab notebook so that we know how much volume we've filtered after we've emptied the carboy like 3 times in a transect.
So now we're going to get a microcentrifuge tube labeled for our CTV water, which is very important to keep good notes. This is going to be filter 164 of this cruise. In this portable hood, which is very exciting. You open the door, it already has its blower going and has the ability to UV your housings after you clean them. So before I open this filter, I'm going to gather my supplies, make sure everything's ready, and open it up. Take note of whether there's any bubble noticeable. That would be a significantly lighter spot. And I don't see any, although this filter is very light. So then we're going to grasp it with the forceps and fold it in half. Fold it in half again. And then you can turn your forceps to kind of press it down to hold the fold in. Like so. And I'm going to slide it right off the edge there. And now it's ready. Now that it's folded in eighths, to place in the tube. Now, these tweezers are done, so I'm going to put them in our pile of tweezers clean. And get our Zymo DNA RNA shield. You can use any preservative buffer like this, but we really like DNA RNA shield. And we're using 400 microliters to preserve it. This protects against freeze-thaw cycles and also against degradation of your DNA. If you don't have a freezer aboard your research vessel that you can use, it will preserve your DNA at room temperature, but our protocol is to then put it in a negative 80-degree freezer. Boosh! Yes. And place it in there. Ready to transport home to the lab to extract the DNA from.